We've been teaching at Cosmic Academy for over 10 years, and we've worked with over 500 students, and we do a lot with the marketing, branding. Obviously, it's a music production school, but there's quite a bit on selling your records, signing your records, marketing your records, and really marketing yourself. And everyone's always asking, like, what's the biggest trick? And, like, what's the biggest tip? What's, like, the biggest secret? And the truth is, it's not anything new. So even though the platforms change, it's kind of the same thing, right? So we've been around a long time. When we started, there was really only Facebook. And we were using the same methods to grow our Facebook presence. I mean, between our pages, over 100,000 followers just on Facebook. And then when Instagram got started, we applied the same methodology there, and we have over 200,000 on just Instagram. And then on TikTok, which is now obviously very popular, we're getting over 1,000 followers a month. So what's like one major thing that's really important that we have to understand? Let's start out with how a fan becomes your fan. It's quite simple. They either see you play or hear your song, and that's their first introduction to the product that you put out. Your product is your music, but this is really no different than a company online showing you clothes or showing you sneakers. So they encounter your product somewhere. They see you play, they hear your song. That's step number one. The next step is they're going to check you out. That's it. They're going to go to your Instagram, they're going to go to your they're going to go to your whatever you have, they're going to check you out. And we know this based on endless amounts of data. And you can even look at yourself. I can look at myself. We all do this, right? We see a company, we see a product, we hear a song that we like. The next step is we check them out. And if there's nothing there, like if they go to your Instagram, they go to one of your platforms, there's just nothing there, you might lose them as a potential fan. And there needs to be something there. There needs to be something for them to connect with. All right? Because that's what they're looking for. Branding, if I had to break down branding to one word, it's connection. People want to connect with brands. They want to connect with artists. They want to connect with things that they feel that they have something in common with, right? And if you don't have anything there, there's nothing to connect with, all right? So backing up from there, look, we spend hours and hours and hours in the program teaching marketing and teaching how do I post and when do I post and all the things having to do with building a following and getting your brand out there. That's not the hard part. The hard part for my students, and I'm sure this is the hard part for you, it's not the how do I post, it's not the when do I post, it's what do I post. That's what we're really talking about here. And there's a lot of ways to try to figure this out. I spend, individual one-on-one time with my students. We sit there and we really talk it out. Obviously, I can't, do that with you here. I'm going to kind of give you a couple of things to think about to maybe make this easier on you. First of all, I understand what your problem is. You know you need to post. We all have to post. That's what we're being told, and that's what social media demands. You just don't know what to post. And the problem that you have is you're overthinking it. You know it, and I know it, and you sit there and you're like, I don't know what to post. I don't know what to say. Like, what if they don't like it? And like, what if they think this way? And like, what if it doesn't connect with enough people? And it's essentially all overthinking. All right. And it's easy to tell someone, don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Is there a solution? Well, I'd like to give you some actual data and some actual ways to think about this differently so you're not overanalyzing everything about it. I'm going to say something, and maybe it's going to sound a little strange at first, but just hear me out. I'm saying it in different ways. Nobody cares. No one cares. And there's two ways to look at that. Like, no one cares. Or no one cares. And there's this meme I love. I'm going to have this meme up on the screen about it. Nobody gives a shit. And you don't either. When you go on social media, realize that the average person, is a real statistic, scrolls the Empire State Building every time they go on. Look at my thumb. I don't have some giant thumb, but that's how much scrolling they're doing. They're scrolling way past all these posts. So we think that what we make, they're going to sit there and overanalyze and consume and tear apart. They're not. They're just doing that much scrolling. They're going to see it, they're just going to move on. They don't really care. Another statistic I think is fascinating is that the average person will forget everything they interacted with on these platforms within about 48 to 72 hours. So right now, think about what I just said. Tell me something you interacted with on social media 4 days ago, 5 days ago, 6 days ago. Can't do it. Because again, there's so much stuff there and your brain's in a million places, you just quite frankly don't really care that much. This happens to us all the time. We'll put out all this content on social media and, we have the school and people apply to our school. And sometimes I'll see an application come in and I'll recognize the name. I'll say, oh, that person, I recognize that name. That person just made such a nice comment on our post on Instagram. I'm going to reach out personally to that person. And I'll reach out personally to this applicant and I'll get them on a phone call. I'll be like, hey, I personally want to reach out because I saw, what you wrote on our Instagram post like 2-3 days ago. Anytime this happens, the person on the other side of the phone is like, what are you talking about? I don't remember what I said. Because that's the truth of the matter. We really think, sitting from where we are, everything we put out is going to be the most important thing in the world. People are going to care so much, but they're not. We overestimate it. And I think it's something that, we worry about what our friends might say. We worry about what our cousin, our family, and these people might say. And as you get older, maybe it becomes a little bit more apparent to you that everyone's just in their own fucking worlds. For instance, I'm guilty of this. So for instance, I'll be like putting out a post for a day and I'll be like, I'm going to see what my friends thought about that. And I'll go hit up my friends and I'll be like, hey guys, what'd you think about that post I made yesterday? And they'll be like, what are you talking about? I didn't see your post. Did you see the post that I made? It was my girlfriend's birthday and we're celebrating with her parents. And I'll be like, I didn't fucking look at their post. I don't care about, that's it. That is, if I can impart one tip, one lesson, and this probably transcends social media. If you could absorb this into your own life, you're gonna be much happier. One thing, no one cares that much. Everyone is so self-consumed with themselves that no one's sitting there analyzing you, talking about you, thinking about you. They're just not. And it's most apparent on social media. So when you're making a piece of content, you don't have to overthink too much about it. Who gives a shit if I'm drinking coffee? Make a post about it. Make a whole series about you drinking coffee. Go for it. That's fine. Deadmau5 used to make videos of him driving to get coffee. Deadmau5 used to make posts about his cat. Deadmau5 used to make posts about gaming. And he built a giant audience just doing those things. That's just the stuff that he was interested in. People connected with that stuff, and he built an audience of millions of followers. And I don't think he was sitting there overthinking how many people actually care about my cat, right? So if you could sit down and tell yourself, look, I'm going to try not to overthink it, and I must realize that no one's really going to give a shit. It's just social media. It's not that big of a deal. I know that I have to post. I know that I have to put out content. So I'm just going to do it. And I know sometimes in the back of our heads, we say, well, what happens if someone hates on it? What happens if there's a troll? If someone trolls you and they come and say something negative about your post, realize what's actually happening. Realize how bad that person's life must be, how bad their day must have been, that they decided to waste their time coming on your page and saying something negative or hateful or hurtful. It shouldn't make you feel bad about your post. I feel bad about the person. I literally have empathy for anyone that says something negative about our content. I feel bad for them. Because if their life is that bad that they're going to do something like that, I feel bad for them, not because of my content, right? So don't stress it. Don't worry about trolls. Don't worry about negative things people are going to say. And if they do, feel bad for them. I'll leave you with this. Recently, one of the top officers over at TikTok was being interviewed, and they're like, give us your biggest tip for growing on TikTok. And he goes, you have to post a lot. Just post a lot. And they're like, nah, give us more than that. And he's like, no, seriously. And he tells a story. He was telling a story about this artist. He's like, yeah, there's this guy, he posted 700 times, and on his 710th time, he got signed to Interscope or Epic Records or one of these big labels, and now he's touring. That's it. Post a lot. So circling back, we know that you need to make a lot of content. The Cosmic Academy page on Instagram has over 2,000, maybe even 3,000 posts. You have to make a lot of content. The hardest part of making the content is you don't know what to post. You don't know what to post because you overthink it. So once you can just digest the fact that it's not that big of a deal and no one cares, and that's a good thing, it's going to make your life much easier. So I hope that helped. I know this is more of like a mindset sort of a video. If you liked it, toss us a like. And if you're not subscribed, hit that button, hit that bell. We'll see you next time.